Hello again and welcome back to our course on PSE 15. In this section we're going to create a slideshow. We created one very early on in the course using pretty much default and automatic settings. But this time I'm going to take you through the creation of still a relatively short slideshow, but we're going to look at most of the available options as we go. We're going to make a slideshow based on the Steam car pictures, which I've already got in an album. So we're going to use the album as the starting point for our selection of images. These are the images in my Stanley album. I'm going to include them all except the one for which the newest version, the edited version, has the frame around it. So I'm going to choose the other 6. And they will be the images in my slideshow. Now, when I create a slideshow, it's all done in the organizer, and when it's been created, it will have music. We're not quite at that point yet, but it will have. I'm not going to switch the music on for the moment. I'll add that a little bit later on because otherwise you'll find it rather distracting. So the next step is create slideshow. I'm then offered possible themes. My understanding is that these themes should show previews of what they look like, but in both the previous version of PSE and this version, for some reason the previews don't seem to work. There are descriptions of each of the themes though, and something like Classic Dark sounds as though it might do the job. But what I'm going to do is to choose completely the wrong theme here. I'm going to choose Party Poppers. So this is a sort of party theme for a slideshow, which is pretty unsuitable for a Steam car, I should think. So let me select that and click on Next. Now it's preparing my slideshow. I think you're probably very lucky not being able to hear the music that's playing at the moment. Now if at some stage I want to change the slideshow, if I hover the mouse over, one of the options is Edit. That takes me in with the ability to edit the slideshow. Let's look at some of the things that we can change here. Starting with themes, I can choose from those available themes. When you've used each of these, you'll have a much better idea of which one to use in each situation. In this situation, I'm going to change my choice. I'm going to change it to the Memories theme. Note that at any point when I've made a change, I can run preview again and if necessary come back into the edit option. The next choice is audio. The standard pieces of music are here. I'm going to go for the Afternoon Sun option. Note that I could browse to a piece of music of my own if I wanted to using the browse button. But on this occasion I'm going to use a standard piece of music. Note also the option up there, no audio. But I'm going to stick with Afternoon Sun. I then also have the option of showing captions or disabling them. If you want to include captions but the images in the slideshow don't have them, if you click under each image there is a space to add a caption. I can also add a text slide. And if I select a particular slide in the slideshow, click on Add Text Slide, it's added before the selected slide. So in this case, enter text here, I could type in the text, which is an introduction to my slideshow. If I want to add additional media, I have an Add Media button, and I can either add photos or videos from Organizer, or I can browse to a folder and add them from there. I'm going to do a Save As. Change the name, and now I'm going to preview the slideshow, and for this I will turn the music back on. And again, if I want to fine-tune any of that, all I need to do is click on Edit, and I'm back into the slideshow editor again. Just one other thing to mention here, if you wanted to remove a slide from the slideshow, if you right click on the slides, they have a short contextual menu, one of which is remove item from slideshow. And given that this plays very well here, obviously, within PSE, if you want other people to be able to play this, you need to be able to export it in a suitable format. I spoke about this earlier in the course, but if I click on the export button up here on the right, I have export to local disk, or indeed export to Facebook. If I go export to local disk, this will save it in MP4 format. I can choose a preset. My default is 720 HD. I could, for instance, choose 1080p HD, so that's full HD. Give it a name and click on OK. And that is now exported in MP4 format. And anybody who can play MP4 files will be able to play that slideshow. Now note the question at the end here, would you like to import the exported video to Elements Organizer? Yes, I would, because it would be a very easy way of accessing that video myself. Now let me save the final version. Click on Done. Back to All Media in the Organizer. If I click up on the View menu, Media Types Video, I'll also see my Stanley Steam Car video. Anytime I want to watch it, I can double click on it. Click the play button. I know that you can't hear the music at the moment, but it is there. And of course, anybody you send this MP4 file to is going to be able to play it as well. That's the end of this section. I'll see you in the next one.